So one of the other great ways to recharge, and I think that this one is something that I started to do here over the past probably year or so, and I found that it really makes a big difference. And it's to take a media fast. From time to time, take a fast away from media. And here's what I mean: like screens, phones. I mean, the amount of time that we spend just looking at screens every day. It's amazing when you look at the stats on how much the average person spends looking at a screen. I'm looking at a screen right now while I'm recording the podcast, right? It's just become a part of our lives, between the phones, between television, movies, media, our computers, everything. And so from time to time, I do a complete media fast where I'm not watching TV, I'm not watching movies. I break away from my phone, even with my social media, and I do a lot of social media with my Introvert Leader brand, but I break away completely. We took a trip to Cabo here a few years ago, and that was the first time since I had launched the Introvert Leader that I did not go on social media for a full week. Matter of fact, I did not look at my phone for, I want to say it was about 3 days in a row. Now, there was one time where I was just checking something really quick on the phone. So I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't look at my phone the entire week, but it was a good 3 days in a row. And then I checked something, for maybe a few minutes or something, put my phone right back in the room, and then didn't look at it again for another few days. So it's possible. Now, if you have emergencies, or if that somebody is going to be calling you or something like that I get it. We have things in life that happen. You need to be able to contact folks. But from time to time, just break away from the screens, break away from media completely. And why am I saying that? What does it have to do with recharging? Well, it's because there's so much stimulation on social media. There's so much stimulation in the media, period. You see so many images, and some of these things can be helpful, but some of them aren't. And some of them can cause us to be anxious, right? Like when you're looking at, depending on who you follow or what you watch, some things, if it's going to trigger some thought that's not going to help us. For example, you might be following some people that in your perception are doing better in life, or in your perception they're where you want to be, or they're doing something that you want to do. And now you begin to compare yourself to those people. I call it the Instagram effect, where everyone appears to have it all together, but what you don't know is when they turn off the camera, they really don't, but you never see that. And for some people, constantly looking at that, constantly taking in those images, that can have a negative effect. You can begin to look at your life in not the way that you should, even though none of us should ever compare ourselves to other people. That can be a natural human reaction to do that. So that's an example of, when you completely break away from all that stuff, you break away from any feelings of, I have to be like this person, or, oh, look at this person's house or this person's car, or what they're doing or what's going on there. You break away from all of it, and you just be. I can't tell you, when I don't have my phone, I'm not looking at anything, I'm going for a walk like we talked about, a little earlier, or whatever I'm doing, and I'm just being still. There's something about that that's amazing. So I would highly recommend, from time to time, break away from the media, break away from the phones, let all that stuff go, and just live your life.